Hello and welcome to the Slackware vlog. In this episode, we're going to reinstall the HoneyComb, the master build machine, because we need some screenshots for the installation guide, mostly. And
Yeah.
that necessitates reinstalling it, basically, and screenshotting it. And also because I've just released the Linux 6.12 update, I want to test the installer image to make sure it works. And the only way to do that is by reinstalling it. So I thought I'd
Yeah.
do two things, kill two birds with one stone, as the expression goes, and reinstall it, test it, and do the screenshots at the same time. I also need to screen record because I'm going to screen record the screen locally as well, so I can use that for high quality screenshots. So I'm going to screen record. It probably actually changed the color of the. Oh, maybe it doesn't actually. But no, let's see. I don't need the microphone now. I can dump that. No, it doesn't matter. Oh no, yeah, no, there we go. Is that working? Yeah, it is. Awesome. Right. So yeah, so I'm actually recording the screen.
Oh, for screenshots.
Yes, I'm recording the screen for locally using QuickTime Player, and then I'm going to use then I'll screenshot off the screen recording, so I don't need to pause anything or try and quickly grab the screenshot whilst it's busy doing its thing. So it's just much easier to just video it and then screenshot the video.
Yeah.
So what I've already done is I have created the Slackware installer images, which are all these ones here. And I've already dumped the installer to the USB pen drive that's plugged into it, into the HoneyComb LX2. Did that earlier, and hopefully that is all good. So let's see, SDB, there it is. Yeah, cool. So let's just make sure everything is in good shape. Now, this is still complaining about this, is it? Okay. Need to address that.
If you open up the parted partitioner and then just hit a button, it offers to fix it and then you just quit. I don't know. That's what I do, but I haven't figured out how to get it to stop doing that when you make the images. But
Okay. Do you know what that is off the top of your head? Because I don't really use Parted. I don't actually use Parted.
no, neither do I. I just kind of Googled it and found it online.
Okay, don't worry, it doesn't matter. It needs to be automatable anyway.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what happens if you do that? Help.
Try just print and it fixes it.
Fix, ignore. Oh, just try fix, presumably. I hope that doesn't
Yeah.
break it.
Yeah. And then you can just quit and it goes away and you'll see in the log that it's fixed. See, it just shows up as partitions now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it does. There might be a way to do that with parted, but like from a script, I don't know.
Okay. Didn't understand why it breaks in the first place because I thought that the build script for this uses Parted to create it anyway.
Yeah, that's why I'm like confused about it. I've tried to figure it out, but I haven't been able to yet.
Which is it the unless it's because it's broken the
It's just
I think,
GPT partition. It's not the rest of
yeah,
the image.
yeah, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It's only the I don't think it does for the it doesn't. We'll look at that in a minute. Right, so that's it, that's on there. So what we need to do now is if we reboot the machine, this is the I'm logged in over the serial console on the HoneyComb. So I'm going to reboot it and I can have a look at that. stuff while it's installing, trying to figure that out. Come on, okay.
I did check QEMU. It seems to work fine with the new kernel. Not that it wouldn't, but
Okay. Right, let's just press escape. On chop chop. There we go. So I should be able to go into Boot Manager, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. And then
that's the USB stick at the
yeah,
bottom.
it's this at the bottom, isn't it? It's this one.
Yeah.
SanDisk, that's the one.
Yeah.
So if I press that, install Slackware, that's a good start. Okay, install Slackware headless. Boom, press enter. Oh, by the way, do you like the new intro video?
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, yes, it wasn't a waste of time. My video was really bad though. It was like, it looked like I was in a room full of fog or something. The
It did
camera,
actually.
the camera has like water in it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it
But
did
it's an
look
old
good.
phone. It's a Pixel 2. It's really old. So,
Oh, heck, it looks, hang on a minute. The terminal is looking nasty. I don't want nastiness. Oh,
that's the problem. It's
it's,
Linux. It
no,
said it.
it's under, yeah, it's because it's under screen, I think.
Mhm.
What is the terminal setting? I think it's screen. I think it's, yeah. Actually, I think it's screen 256 or something like that.
Yeah, it's screen.
No, it's not.
It's the X-term one, I think. Should fix it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, could try it. Okay, I'll give it a go. Oh yeah, that works. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. The thing is, though, is that actually I don't want that yet, but that's good to know. Right. So that's okay. So let's clear that screen. So the first thing I want to do is I want to, because I've got this dev SDA. So the first thing I'm going to do is if I bring up the install guide. So you go to, so for those of you who don't know, here's the arm.slackware.com website. That is our website. Click on the install guides on the left. Currently scroll down to the current branch because there isn't a release yet. We're looking at the HoneyComb LX2. That's what we're working on today. And what am I looking for again? Oh yeah. So the purpose of this podcast, a bit of a rough start. I had a lot of things going on today. Brains all over the shop. So the point of what I'm aiming to do eventually, well, within the next few weeks, ideally, is actually finish this install guide off, and it's in a pretty good state, but there's missing several different screenshots, like here, for example. So this screen recording I'm making is going to be used to fill in these gaps. Now, what I want to do though is I want to recreate the partition table on my drive because I think it's got some weird thing going on with it. So I'm going to do this like that. Not that I needed the install guide for that, but there we go. Yeah, so I'm going to clean off the partition table. Oh yeah, I know why, because I'm making some screenshots of it. That's why. That's why I want to do it. I actually fixed the partition table. I was thinking it's not showing any errors. Why is that? But it's actually I want to do this so I can screenshot the creation of a brand new file system partition layout. So DD SDA, yeah, that's fine. So that's just going to clean the partition table off. Boom. Okay, so let's just do the, oops, F disk, stop it. F disk, SDA. Right, so I've got that. Okay, so that's screenshotable. Then SDA, and then cool. So then what are we?
It's because there's no partition table and fdisk makes it.
What are we? Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So we need to. I'm just going to follow the install guide that's here because this is in pretty good shape actually. And I
Yeah.
need to. I'll put that on my other screen. So the first thing is to create a GPT disk label, which I think is what that does.
Yep.
And then what? Okay, it's done that. That's a good start.
Just
So
hit W and then quit and then open it again, so that it.
okay,
Goes, yeah.
I
And
should
run
probably.
it.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Great. Maybe I should add that to the partition tape to the documents to write W or not. I shouldn't need
Yeah.
to, should I? Because
I mean, it's like that in x86 too. When you do that,
yeah, no, I mean, like, if I do, I need to actually write it then reload fdisk? Probably not. I wouldn't have thought.
maybe it's just exit or I don't know.
Don't know. Well, this way I can see that it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out later. I can do it again later. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So then I want to make a new one. Okay. So N1, and then we want to make 100 megs. The only thing is, this is like the screenshot is too big, isn't it? The actual. Oh no! Because this is a. Damn. Right. Hold on. I forgot. We're doing this over the serial port. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
That is the problem. That's why the thing doesn't fit. Hang on a minute. This is my ARM serial machine that's connected to that I use for serial console access. Yeah, that's okay for screenshots, isn't it? So then I can SSH into the installer. Funny, it's probably going to complain about the SSH key. Oh no, it's not. Awesome, right. Okay, cool. So, tell you what, let's. I think the other one will be good for a screenshot already. I don't think there's a problem with that. So this one should be. Did I kill off fdisk already? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's do that. Fdisk. Let's just move that to the back. Cool. All right. fdisk/dev SDA. Yeah. P, there shouldn't be anything. Great. So N1. Oh, yes, that's better. Well, plus 100M. Then we change the type to UEFI, I think. P.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Then we want N. So I'm going to follow the install guide. And that's going to be. This is a HoneyComb, actually. I put 4 gig swap, but actually, yeah, it's not going to use. What did I have before? Probably.
I still put like 8 gig,
Yeah.
but my drive is just so big it doesn't matter.
Anybody's drive is going to be big, isn't it? To be
Yeah,
honest, I'm going to put
but
8 gig as well because
ZRAM is running in the background too, so it doesn't have to
I'm
be
going to
like
make.
giant.
Okay, I'll replace the screenshot and just say 8 gig because I mean, this is. I mean, at the end of the day, these machines have so much RAM anyway. Like, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's only a.
I actually rewrote the firmware with a lower clock speed for the RAM, and the processor and the RAM kind of. It seems like it's more efficient now. I dropped it
Okay.
from 3200 to 2900,
Okay.
but it's I don't know. But now I actually use my RAM. It doesn't. I don't know. It's almost like there was a bottleneck.
Okay. I'm just going to blast the more off the. I thought clearing a partition table would have solved that problem actually, but it seems it didn't. So let me do this again. So fdisk SDA. Right. It's going to play. Okay. So I'll do G. The answer is yes. Right. So group P. I'm just going to not save it this time. See what happens. So next n plus 100 m type UEFI, yes, n2 plus 8g. Yes, there we go. It didn't complain. So I needed to blast more of the partition table away.
Yeah.
Type default is 282. Actually, I might just type in swap actually, just to
Yeah.
make it nice. So swap, and then finally, partition 3 AA. Oh, crying out loud! Why is there
It's
partition?
because
Why is
the
it?
partition table hasn't been rewritten, so it still thinks it's on a master boot record partition table, and that's why it complains.
But I blasted away unless it's because it's in the proc partitions. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I don't think you need to quit. I think you just type the letter W, and it will write the GPT table in, and then
Oh,
it
it's going
won't
to be
ask about signatures.
no. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I don't mind that. It's just I don't want to include that in the user guide. I don't mind just saying yes. That's fine. I've got a problem with that.
See, see, it'll. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just for aesthetics. It,
Yeah, it's
it,
for aesthetics only in the user guide. That's all.
yeah.
Um, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Right. So we write that, and then I'm just going to check what it does when I. Does it complain? No, it doesn't. Okay, perfect. Good. Done. Right. So that should do for that. For that, and then so that's the partition table. Whoops. STA. Okay, so there's an example of how it's supposed to look in the end. Right, so that's good.
Yeah.
Then I've created the EFI partition, blah, blah, blah. Right, so then I'm going to run setup. And I'm recording all this, that's good. Key, I don't care about the key map particularly. Although I'm going to set it anyway, actually, just for recording it for the sake of it, even though there's no keyboard attached to it. I'll pick the UK. There we go. Swapped space detected. So yeah, that's fine. Sounds good. Format that, format next for. This won't be the first. I'm sure it won't be the first and final reinstall of this. I guess there'll probably be some more passes eventually, but at least I should be able to capture most of the screenshots I want for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Uh,
We
why
probably
does it
don't
just
need
say?
that on the honeycomb.
No, but no. This is because this is that's automatically detected on there, so that needs to be yes. Formatting yes, I do. Okay, okay, so this is where the Slackware installer has all of the media on it. This doesn't exist on x86, but it's an ARM edition. So there we go. Yes, the answer is yes, I do. And I'm just going to select everything and then do a full install. And at that point, I'm going to leave it for a moment while it does its thing, just so I can get a screen. Oh, forgot to. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. Okay, let me stop the screen recording of that because I don't need that anymore. Quickly export that as a 4K file before I forget about it.
It's funny. I did the setup on the Rock Pro, and it takes so long compared to the honeycomb. It's. I was like, man, and how much time did we waste reinstalling on the Rock Pro,
Oh, loads,
copying packages or whatever?
loads. Because I still have this screen open behind, I'm going to touch this file here in the installer, and that will cause the pause. That will cause the installer to pause once the packages are finished installing. Actually, mind you, I can take care of some of this now. Actually, because what I want to do, I need to empty the SPI flash on the honeycomb so that the flashing tool will tell me, hey, there's nothing in the SPI flash. Do you want to flash it? Because I need that for the install guide as well.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. So if I do, the only question is what's the actual what it's called now? It should be in. Oh, it'll be here already, won't it?
Yeah, because I think we have video of it rewriting it, but not putting it on fresh. So,
Probably, yeah, probably. Bootloader. Oh, there we go. LX. So the question is, what is uh, what's the name of the
oh, the flashing tool.
yeah, I just want to flash CP. I think it's that.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, it already erases it. So uh, erase. Oh, yeah, okay. So then the question is, what is the /dev/ what is the actual to check some code? No, I'm actually just looking for what the MTD0, right? Okay, of course it is.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't looked at that in a long time. Right, so let's erase the SPI flash. Flash CP flash CP dash for both, or dash V would have done, dash A, and then you've got the device, just like that, I guess. We'll find out. No. Yeah, I was saying a file name. I don't want a file name. I just want to erase it. There is another tool called Flash Arrays. Arrays, or I think that takes like forever. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully, it doesn't take forever. There was one of them that took like half an hour or something like that.
Writing the SPI flash.
Yeah, when I was first developing the bootloader flash tools, there was another method I was using to flash it, and it took over half an hour, and it took quite a while to figure out what.
How big was
I
the
think,
SPI flash?
well, it was a few. It was like, well, it's on the Rock Pro 64, so it was what, like, I don't know, less than 100 megabytes. I think. I think it was just the way that I was addressing it was either the wrong tool or it was the wrong something. I
Oh,
don't know what it was, but yeah, it takes minutes. Okay, well, that's already done. So has been replaced. Okay, it's fine, but it's done it. Great. So that
you
should
can
be good.
remove the flash or the pause or whatever from root.
No, I want that because then I need to, because I'm going to then restart the screen recording again.
Oh, okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
otherwise I won't be able to do that. You're asking about the RTC. So basically, well, because you remember the battery died in the RTC on the HoneyComb. So I was trying
Oh,
as I was trying to remove the battery, I actually inadvertently removed the battery cover of the case thing, the battery mount from the motherboard, and it just fell on the floor. And
no.
then I was like, sugar. So I'm like, well, no. And so
Yeah.
but it's only the battery connector. But actually, so basically now, if you look, -R, there is no, it just doesn't detect anything at all. So I've basically broken the real-time clock by accidentally removing the battery case from the motherboard. So fortunately, that's the only thing that broke on the HoneyComb. But that's why that script popped up saying, "Do you want to remove it?" It automatically detects if it can read the hardware clock or not. So yeah.
Yeah.
Word of warning: be very careful if you have a HoneyComb and you replace the
Well,
battery.
when I put in the RAM, one of the clips, it got put into the little bank, but one of the clips on the side of one of the RAM modules, it snapped off. So if I ever change the RAM, it's going to be an issue.
Oh
So
no!
I'm just going to leave it. But it was almost like the plastic was brittle, like it'd
Right.
been
Okay.
sitting somewhere waiting to be bought. But
Yeah. Well, hopefully you don't have you won't need to change the RAM.
no, I don't need 64 gigabytes. It's a lot. I'll
Yeah.
never use that.
Well, what's this one? This only. Oh, this one's got 32, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even need 32 gigs either. Even building the largest packages, we don't need. It doesn't use
You have to
32
like
gigs.
do AutoCAD or something to use all the memory up, editing pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
processing a lot of videos, which we won't be doing on the Honeycomb.
No, we're just processing a lot of packages, a lot of code,
Yeah.
compiling it. Right.
Yeah.
So that's that flash erased. It's installing KDE. Let's check the D message. Please be good. I don't want to see any errors. Yes, there's no errors. So this is good because the last time that I installed this, I was getting a bit worried because the USB bus just seemed incredibly flaky. But now with Linux 6.12, it's not. So that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I had this idea, Brent. So with the new uh, blog intro sequence, I was thinking people in the community could send like small videos, like you gave me, of their hardware setup with like blinking lights and stuff. And every now and then, I could change some of the intro sequence to include those.
Yeah. I think I sent one of like my bookshelf,
You did,
but
yeah. I didn't include that yet, though.
I didn't mean to do that.
Didn't you? I actually tried. I actually thought about putting it in, and I thought, oh, but then I couldn't. I wanted to have like a multi-screen section, like I did in the previous intros, and
Well,
I couldn't.
I have KDE Connect with my phone on the Honeycomb,
Right.
and I guess at some point I put those pictures on the Honeycomb, and they got into the same directory. And so I did an SCP to the server and just
Ah.
copied everything.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was like, I don't want to go through all these pictures, just whatever. It's-
All right. It was a good-looking bookshelf, though, with some good books on there.
yeah, the Fedora Core one, and I just keep them because it's funny.
uh, I threw away some of my old Linux and Unix books, actually, which I kind of regret it now. I don't know why. I think I just went through one of these periods where I thought, oh, I just want to cleanse like my life and just, declutter stuff. And then, like years later, where did that book go? Oh, I binned it. But to
I
be fair,
donated I donated like a bunch of Python books and Ruby books, like the O'Reillys or whatever, to the library. And I went
uh,
in there the other day and they still have them. I'm like, man, this is like so out of date. It's like Ruby 1.9 and Python 1 point something. And I'm like,
yeah.
they don't even know what they have. They didn't curate it or anything.
Mm. Yeah, I've got
That's
loads
why
of
there's
books
no
here.
programming books on there because I just keep the corn shell and the bash scripting books and that's it.
This was quite. Oh my goodness! I don't. Can you see that? Actually, I can't see now what that's
Yeah,
doing.
I can
But
kind of see it.
oh, I can only see.
Raise it up a little bit and then I can see it.
Can you see that? This is a good
Oh yeah.
book.
Yeah, I've
The
seen
O'Reilly
that.
Unix Power Tools book. I've had this one for like forever, but
Yeah, stuff like that doesn't change a lot. So, like,
yeah,
probably all it's missing is
job
System
control.
D.
System T. That's
Yeah,
definitely not in the
System D, and like, what's the one for Gentoo? Running it, or I don't know, I forget what they call it.
uh, this is
But go ahead.
this edition is from 2002, so there's definitely no System D. This is like this is System 5, the System 5 stuff in there.
Yeah, but it still works on Slackware, so who cares?
Does. Now this is a good book as well. I've shown you this one before, actually. The Unix. This is really good. I learned
Yeah,
so much out of this little quick reference guide.
yeah.
It's just like
That's
straight to the point. Really good. The old stuff is the best. That's what it is.
yeah. I have a red team and a blue team field manual. They're called, but it's for like pen testing.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's just like a list of commands that are useful for stuff. So I
Oh
don't have
okay.
to remember anything. But I have like books like that I took out of the bookshelf because I didn't think it applied. Didn't want them on the video. I think I
Uh,
have like penetration testing, uh, like a lab setup. It tells you how to set up a lab and different things like that.
Oh, okay.
I do them for fun. I don't really ever plan to do that stuff for work, but it's always good to study stuff like that. Get out the Raspberry Pi 3 and try and install.
Oh yeah, I've got it. So I've got to see whether we do
It can be
the
done in a virtual machine with QEMU. It doesn't have to be on the hardware.
what doesn't.
You can actually test the Raspberry Pi 3 install in QEMU because they have a specific hardware profile you can use in the VM for the Raspberry Pi 3. That's how I test it.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Didn't know that. Let's put this here for a bit. There we go. Look at that. No, I was thinking about the Raspberry Pi 3. There's no point. It's like this doesn't even
Yeah.
have how much. What's the maximum RAM the Raspberry Pi 3 has? I guess it's
One gigabyte.
not even enough. Yeah, it's not even enough for the installer. So
Yeah, I have tag files for it, so I don't have to wait forever to install things like the kernel source or whatever. It just
hmm.
installs what's needed
No,
to
but
test installer.
yeah, but I mean, you can't even boot the installer on it. It doesn't have enough RAM. The installer's massive now.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. But yeah, in the VM, I add a lot of RAM to it. It's
No, there's no point on it. The Raspberry Pi, I mean, yeah, it initially worked because like you tested it on yours, but after a while, the installer just grew too large with the amount of modules that are in there.
I
It's
mean,
just
you
too
could
big.
probably use a mini root, but that's like a lot of work
Oh,
for
I'm
something
not,
that's never going to be useful. Huh.
yeah. I'm not gonna remove the support. I was mentioning on the forum the other day about I might remove the Raspberry Pi 3 support from the packages, but actually, what's the point? Just leave it in there.
Yeah,
If somebody manages to get it to set it up manually, then that's great. They can play around with it. I
yeah,
wouldn't
and
remove it.
the kernel fork will still work with it. Like they still ship, even like the very first Raspberry Pi, like files needed. So that'll that'll continue to work at least.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah. We still won't be able to boot the installer on it though.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but there's a guide on the Slackware doc site that says how to use a mini root to install the Raspberry Pi 3. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but I think it's still there.
oh, okay. Didn't know that. Where's the let me see. This is the HoneyComb install guide. So what have I got? So I just want to. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh yeah. Well, that's cool. I'll have everything. I should have everything set up from here after that. Cool. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll have enough for that. Yeah. So the oh, what was what we're oh, that's busy. I'll keep an eye on that in the background. Well, that's where is it here? I'm thinking, well, for the Raspberry Pi document, this hopefully. Okay, well, let's stop for a moment. I'm thinking I might look at the Raspberry Pi 5 support next year when I've got time, once a few things are settled down. My mate, because that obviously means buying a Raspberry Pi, which I can't do at the moment, but might look at
Yeah,
that next year.
they're so expensive now. I don't understand why.
How are they? Never looked. Yeah, but the what I wanted to do was because I'm hoping that this guide will a single guide will suffice for the Raspberry Pi 4 and the 5 because I'm hoping that we can just use U-boot on it and basically it's the same. And at least superficially it's the same anyway.
It
So I
should
could get
be.
away.
Just drop the files where they need to be. It'll find them. So
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Which means that way in that case I can strip out this Raspberry Pi 4 hardware setup section, move it into its own section
yeah,
into a separate document, and then just have a single unified installation guide that just says, set the version of your Raspberry Pi using a shell variable and then download. Well, maybe even uses the same version, the same installer and everything, hopefully. But that's my plan anyway. That's what I'm hoping to achieve.
I don't think there's that much difference between the 5 and the 4.
No, I don't know. Hopefully not from an installation point of view. But yeah, so I'm going to probably strip this out and move it into a different place. And probably won't make myself a guide to configure the Raspberry Pi 5. It's too much work. Like this one. I had a lot of time back in COVID.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. But yeah. Okay, cool. But yeah, that seems to be a good idea. How are we getting on with this? Come on. Chop, chop.
Looks like they have a RTC on the Pi 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they have a bunch of extra hats to put on it. And the USB 3 and the network connection are on their own bus. Besides, the processor being faster and stuff. But so yeah, those are good things. But I think the Pi 4, it shares the same bus for USB and Ethernet. So it's like a bottleneck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty enough, isn't it? Right. So if I put my storage on USB, does it have SATA or anything useful?
They
Raspberry Pi
have like
5.
an M.2 hat, and I think you can put uh, NVMe drive in there.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be useful if
Yeah,
if it actually works properly.
yeah.
With
You have to have the right drive and all the stuff that the developers tested with.
yeah, I'll have to have a look at that later. Um, maybe I don't know. I might just make it easy and go with a USB connected SATA converter. But then, well, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it'll
Something
still be
simple.
faster because it'll be full USB 3. It won't be like sharing with the Ethernet port.
Oh, well, you're just saying it did.
The Raspberry Pi 4 does, but not the 5. It's separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one of the major upgrades they did.
Ah, okay. Well, okay. That's fine. My Raspberry Pi 4 uses a USB to SATA converter. It's fine.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
So this is when I know when we're getting to the end now. When I see Greybird, I know that we're almost there.
because then you got to wait forever for the elementary icons.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't take as long now to install though, because since we well, Patrick did actually moved the prevented the package install package from running the post install script twice. It doesn't take as long now because it doesn't need to create like a bazillion symlinks
Yeah.
twice in the package. Oh no, didn't record the. Okay, doesn't matter. Hang on, got that right. That's right. It's time to start recording the screen again.
Okay.
So new screen recordings. Do it again. Record. Awesome. Right. So that's paused, but I've already cleaned the flash out. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to do. So press resume. Configure in bootloader. Okay. Oh yeah, I meant to install. I meant to add. I was going to say I meant to add some information about what the operating system initial RAM disk is, but no. There's no point. It finished. It's so funny. It finished. It's so much faster than. There we go. So much faster than the. Oh, it's unable to detect the hardware configuration profile.
That's normal. I just went through that the other day because I did the same thing. I wiped the SPI flash, and I was just curious to see what happened.
Ah, the reason. No, okay. The reason why it's damn. The reason why it's doing this though is because. Okay, so I need to. Okay, let me just do this. Yes, I know why it's doing that. The question is now, what was my RAM speed? I think it's 2600. I think that's the one I put in the news in the install
Yeah,
guide.
yeah. I think I was running 3200, but
Oh, that's the
2900
recipe.
seems just right.
pretty certain it's not, I don't want to get it wrong, otherwise it's not going to work. So the RAM, the alternative is 2600. Yeah, okay, cool. Glad I made note of that. There we go, 2600. Select yes. Flash, baby, flash. The reason why why it couldn't detect the current configuration is because, obviously, yeah, first of all, because I've erased the SPI flash, but secondly, because there was no fallback. Because if you follow the instructions in the install guide, my SD card would have on it right now, it would have
Oh,
firmware on it, but
I
it
see.
doesn't because my SD card has a Slackware installer on it. That's why it does.
Yeah.
That's why it couldn't detect it. So I'll have to I have to do another um, screenshot for that later. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can do that from.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that because, like, usually we just blast through the installer.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I said this wouldn't be the first and it wouldn't be the last pass. I can actually do that. I can replicate that from inside the installer anyway. I can just, sorry, from inside the OS. I can just clear the SPI flash.
Hmm.
I can just I can flash the firmware to the SD card, clear the SPI flash, run the bootloader flash, and Bob's your uncle. And it'll be the same. It'll be in the same position as it would be if you followed the install guide from
Yeah, that's what I
factory.
did. That's actually what I did exactly because I saw there was a firmware update.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome. That's that done. Glad I know how this stuff works. Right. Intel. I asked Patrick if he wanted to remove those mouse configurations from there. Hasn't done that yet. But if he wants to, because it's just absolutely ancient stuff from like these big, like 9-pin serial cables that serial mice that no one uses or
Yeah.
has. Yeah, network. Honey .slackware.com. No. Network manager. Yes. Yes. RPC. No, because we don't have one. No. Let's select London, Vim. Yeah, whatever. Password. Exit. And then
So happy this thing works finally.
So
Does
on.
everything I need it to do.
Okay, so now I'm switching back to, I've dispensed with the SSH connection. Now we're switching back to the serial console. And it will boot from, oh yeah, it's going to boot from, yeah, I think that part of the install guide is already in good condition. It already tells you how to reconfigure the boot, so I don't need to do that anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
it's booting. Why is it booting from there? Why is it doing that? What is that booting off? Okay, so I
Oh,
do
you
need
have
to
to,
enter.
you have to take your USB drive out, or in
No,
the firmware
it's
boot
not
from
that.
Arch.
It's not that. It's because I've just flashed the firmware to the SPI flash.
Yeah, the boot drive is not at the top of the list because
Yeah, but
it defaults.
yeah, exactly. So actually, I need to reconfigure it. Okay, that's fine because that's in the install guide. It's
Yeah.
already in there. I can just follow that section here. Hang on, where is it?
You just go to
Yeah.
the boot manager maintenance
So
and
I need to configure this as well. I need to put OS selection. That needs to be device tree because it actually doesn't work
oh
properly with this CPI.
yeah.
That doesn't work. So but I haven't got. Where does if I press escape? Does it actually change it?
Yeah, it'll ask you, you just hit yes.
The problem is that I actually can't. I don't think I can't because I'm using a Mac. I can't actually press F10.
Oh, just hit enter and then hit yes. The Y,
Okay.
just to press Y.
There is a
It'll
way of
and
doing it. There is a key combination using the Mac, and I can't remember what it is. So,
oh, that's all
but
it
you're right.
was. Yeah.
That works. It's fine. It's cool. Um, then there is so I can escape out of that, and then
Yeah.
the boot maintenance manager. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's where you change the boot order.
Oh yeah, there it is. And then we just need to select, you press enter, don't you? And then you select, and then you move it to the top. So it would be Kingston. Is that the one?
Yeah, I think that's the drive you have.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's my SSD drive. So I just need to move that to the top like that. Press exit.
You could probably put it below the SD card.
No,
Because then
I don't. No, because the SD card always has an installer on it. And when I reboot the
oh,
machine after a kernel upgrade, I don't want to have to go in and manually tell it to boot off the SD drive, SSD. I don't think that's still in the right order, actually. No, it's not. Look, it didn't take it. Oh, there we go. I didn't press enter.
you gotta hit scroll down a little bit in the
It's,
window and commit.
it's fine. It's done now. Look, it's done.
Yeah.
Right, so press exit. Exit. Is it going to save it?
Yeah, it did. If you hit the commit, it fixed it
Oh,
up.
there we go. All right, let's do reset. See what happens.
Yeah, it would reset anyway. It would tell you that it changed and then it resets for you.
Right.
I've added lots of stuff like that that's convenient now to that firmware.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, Slackware headless. So press enter. That's not the install. So that's good.
Yeah, I actually don't even remove the serial console option. I just let it boot and then it eventually just ends up in my desktop. It doesn't, you just don't see all the boot messages. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it works fine.
Coolio.
Have to synchronize with the repo. I haven't done that yet today.
I don't think there is any. I haven't pushed anything out yet. So.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Right, there we go. Set up the machine to become a builder machine again, and reboot it back into the OS with itself configured as a build machine.
Hooray.
Oh yeah, it's RPI userlands. Well, I haven't updated that for a while actually. Should probably have a look at that.
Your script automatically upgrades everything when it sets up the machine, like your
No,
packages
because
get.
I reinstalled the machine. It's just installed the latest packages.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
No, I only ever install from. In this case, it's installed from the latest installer image, which has all the latest packages on it. And then
Yeah.
when I reinstall without that, I use the bare installer without the package set on it, and then I install over NFS from the latest repo. So I never upgrade. I don't need to keep the machine updated.
Okay.
Well, this is the master build machine anyway, so it's always updated because it's building the packages and then installing
Yeah.
them in multiple passes. So it's always updated anyway. And I
Just
only ever
plus.
reinstall it just to clear it up if once. Well, I was going to say actually reinstall it once I've like messed it up enough. I'm enough development where I've just trashed it, but other than that, actually
Yeah.
that so frequently happens.
I've been testing stuff in a container. That way I don't trash the root file system. I just expose root and then the partitions I need that have all the files. And it's
Yeah,
pretty much very similar, but it's just not building on, bare metal.
yeah,
But,
cool.
but yeah, it's pretty cool. It saves me so
There we
much
go.
time now.
Yeah, well, I bet it does. Right, well that's it. I can stop the screen share now because I've got all of the another screen share. I can stop the recording of that because I've got the stuff I needed for the install guide, and then yeah, I can eventually just redo the flashing thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I could do that now, couldn't I? Oh no, because I'd have to write the what do you call it to the thingy jig. Could do that though.
The
What would it be
party.
like? Yes, if I do, yeah. If where is where do I keep the do we ship the where do we It's been so long. Hang on.
I
Where does it
know,
go?
I keep forgetting. I'm so glad that you write so many comments in the files
Don't
because I'm
mind.
like, just grep like the tree to find stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why I do it because I can't. I mean, there's so much that this is done. What 3 years ago during the pandemic? Like I can't.
Yeah,
I've
it's
automated so
basically,
much of it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
That's the thing
basically
because I've
just the
automated.
honeycomb that's new. So everything else has just been there a while. But
Yeah. Also, because I've automated so much of it now, I don't need to. I only need to like press a few buttons, and everything. The mechanics is abstracted away. I don't need to remember how any of it works anymore. So,
yeah,
but fortunately, it's all documented. Yeah, here it is. So if I do this one, so if I do xzcat, oh, hang on a minute. What's the? Hold on. Ah, right. What am I doing again? Oh, yeah. So if I do SA64 install right, this is going to tell me where it is, right? So this is another script to just write the bare installer to the SD card, so I can reboot it without without using the all-in-one installer because that only gets updated once every few months.
yeah.
So it's FMMC blut 0. So if I do xz, what do they call it again? Xzcat. Ah, hang on.
Actually
That's not.
modified the platform script to make a brand new AIO uninstaller all. Like once a week, I do that in the mini roots because I'm like,
Oh, okay.
I forget to, and then I'm like, then you gotta wait when you need to use it, and so I just have a cron job for that.
Right. I'm gonna do it from here instead on an SSH session because it's going to work better because of the screen, because of the terminal size settings. Boot recovery LX. There it is. Right. So that's the one. So xzcat, and I know that it's 2600 because I've just done it like a few minutes ago. Uh, DDIF. Oh, actually, there is a particular equals. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Just
there we go.
copy and paste it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So if I status, yeah, that's fine. So that's going to unpack that onto the SD card. Okay, and then yeah, that took like a second. Then we need the flash arrays thing. What's the flash? What was the MTD0? Is it flash arrays? What was it again? Just okay. Slash def MTD0. I think that's
Yeah.
right. So yeah. Am I being ridiculous? No, I'm doing well. What?
I think it's 0 and then 16. No, maybe it's 40 bytes. I forget. For the offsets, I mean, at the end of the command, flash erase, and you put 0 and
Why do I need it? I didn't do that in the installer.
oh,
Is
maybe it
that a
figures
different?
it out now. I don't remember, but
Ah, no, it's because it's because it's a. Oh, it's probably because it's a different version of flash arrays in the installer. It might be the BusyBox one, although I don't think it is actually. Hang on,
it
what's
says
flash
right
array?
there, if you just put 0, it'll just write to the end without adding the second value.
Hmm,
Yeah.
must be a
So you
different
know,
version of it.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just do that. Hang on a minute.
You gotta put a space with all,
No,
I think.
I don't. That's.
That should be it.
Do I actually have to put 0 on the end as well? Yeah, I do.
No,
Okay, fine.
it'll just write 0 to 0 and then it'll
It didn't
finish.
seem to. It was
You gotta
complaining.
just put a 0 and then it will,
It's fine.
like,
It's
yeah.
done it now. This is not the same version that's in the installer. That's what it
No,
is.
I don't
I'm
remember it having
surprised.
that option.
I was surprised about that actually. I thought that it was the same. I'll have to look at that in a minute. Right, so that's that done. So then when we do bootload, I want to capture this again, so I'll do a quick screen record again. Yeah. New screen recording. Okay, LX. Yeah, there we go. That's what I expected to see. Right,
Yeah.
yes, we did. 2,600, yes. So that was it. That's what I want to say. Yeah. So then you pick that. Then you pick that.
Is your RAM 2600 speed?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it is. That's the one I bought off Amazon. Yeah,
yeah.
that one.
I was reading one of the mailing list messages from SolidRun, and they're saying
Okay.
with my hardware revision, even if I have the 3200 clock rate, I should run it at 2900 with the processor as it is, unless I have liquid cooling, and then I overclock the processor to 2.2 gigahertz. Because,
Okay.
if I don't do that, it's a bottleneck. My RAM is too fast, and so the processor has more time on it, and the RAM just like doesn't get fully utilized. Like most
Okay.
of the time when I'm building stuff, I don't use more than like 2 gigabytes of RAM because the RAM's fast. I don't know. It's just what I noticed, and I saw that in the mailing list.
Oh,
And it seems like the processor and the RAM are there's less of a bottleneck.
okay.
So I don't know. I'd have to read the mailing list again, but
Yeah,
I
I'd have to
was
have a look at that as well.
yeah. I don't wonder where they would put that.
I mean, this RAM that I bought is a better spec than the one that SolidRun sell, but
Yeah.
but it automatically negotiates what speed to run at. No, not the speed. It's not the speed. There's some detail about RAM that I didn't even know existed until I read the data
Oh,
sheet. I didn't know RAM. Okay, so anyway, I don't know. I spent like a few hours researching it and comparing the one that the data sheet for the old RAM that's no longer made, that's like been end of sale for years, versus the one
yeah.
that you could actually buy. And I was like, oh, okay, it's like this one's faster, but it should downclock to what
Yeah.
the side, and it does. Right, that's done. So that's good. So now we've got that done as well. And that's almost, if not every screenshot I probably want actually. Flash, awesome. I think that we are done. That's what I think. I think we were pretty much done. And where is the thing I'm looking for? There it is. Right, here we go. Bung this on the screen. That's how you do it. Right, well, if you've made it this far through, thanks for joining us and listening in. I know some of you absolutely love this stuff. You love seeing behind the scenes. And we love showing you behind the scenes. This is real. This is what goes on. I mean, this is real stuff. You've got to make this documentation somehow.
Yeah.
I'd love to ask ChatGPT, please write me documentation for something and somehow magically install Slackware.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that isn't how it works. But yeah. So yeah. All right, guys. Let's sign off. Time to wrap this one up. So I'll catch
All right.
you later on, Brent, and take care, guys.
Later.
See you.